Well, hi there, everybody. Good morning. Meteorologist Travis Klineski here on this Monday morning, the final Monday of January. We've had a little bit of light fog over eastern Nebraska around that Highway 77 corridor and then eastward. This is overdone on Futurecast, though. Most of us are waking up to clear skies, and we'll see a lot of sun today. A few thin clouds. It's not going to be a bad day. Northwest winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. A little bit of a breeze this afternoon, not bad. Maybe again some light fog over eastern areas tonight. I don't think it's going to be a major issue though. It's just we've got a lot more snow on the ground there in eastern Nebraska, and with snow melt, it's easier for that fog to develop at night when it gets colder, so that's a possibility. Otherwise, I think we'll see a lot of sun again for tomorrow in most spots. Again, this is probably overdone. Same thing into tomorrow night. Probably overdone a bit. In eastern Nebraska, most of us will see clear skies with some patchy fog in some areas out there. Well, as we look ahead to temperatures out there, now, one thing we saw over the weekend, and we'll see it again today, colder in the east, warmer to the west. Now, everybody is mild. This is these are good temperatures for this time of the year. But the extra snow on the ground, still left on the ground, there's a lot more snow on the ground here than there is here. So that's holding temperatures back a little bit. Plus, you're getting a lot more snow melt, and that extra moisture in the atmosphere actually does it makes it tougher to warm up than it does where the air is a little bit drier out west. So highs in the 40s over the east, 50s, and even some lower 60s as you go to the west. Tri-Cities, low to mid 50s this afternoon. Upper 20s and low 30s tonight. Tomorrow's temperature is looking pretty comparable to today, very similar. Again, maybe some lower 60s out west. Tomorrow night into Wednesday morning, mid to upper 20s and lower 30s. Looking ahead to Wednesday, this is the best day this week. How about 50s and 60s? It may get to the upper 60s here in Thedford. I'll go mid 60s for now, but yeah, some really nice weather ahead for Wednesday. After that, temperatures do start to come back down just a little bit as we get towards the end of the week. So let's take a look. This is a look at your 7-day forecast. Again, I'm just going to go on the first 3 days though. Here again, you see nice weather, not a lot to talk about. Let's look at the long-range models real quick before I get to that 7-day forecast. Not much the next 3 days, but then as we get into the fourth day, Thursday, a few more clouds around. And then on Friday, we start talking moisture. Friday afternoon especially into Friday night and Saturday. A pretty good chance of rain. Notice the best chance over southern and western areas, and this is predominantly rain. Snow stays to our west for the most part. Saturday night, maybe some snow mixes in. Right now, this model has rain, though. And then it will shift away from us on Sunday. And so by Sunday afternoon, it's clearing out. Still some clouds around. After that, pretty quiet weather. Or next week, we'll start to warm back up next week as well. But the good news is I don't think we're going to see much snow with this system. Here's the GFS model. Not much in the next 3 days. Here comes some clouds on Thursday. And then on Friday, here comes that moisture. And this will really get going Friday night into Saturday, especially Saturday. And then Saturday night into Sunday, it starts to clear on out of here. Again, notice not much snow. We'll back this up real quick. Snow's all out to our west for the most part. And then after Sunday, let's resume with the quiet weather as we get into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday here. And we'll warm things up. You see those strong southerly winds there. It's going to start to warm back up next week. Let's look at the 7-day forecast again. We've already talked about the first 3 days. Let's talk about the final 4 days. Again, a few more clouds. Temperatures come down a little bit on Thursday. Rain moves in Groundhog Day in the afternoon. And then we'll get a pretty good chance of rain on Saturday. And then the chances get much lower by Sunday as it starts to clear on out. Temperatures do come down over the weekend, but those are still a little bit above average for this time of the year. Maybe it's cold enough for some flakes to mix in Saturday night, Sunday morning. I'm a little iffy on that though. So this mostly looks like a rain event. Now, always nice to get some moisture unless you're dealing with some flooding issues. I'm not saying this is a repeat of what we saw 5 years ago in March, but we do have hard ground out there. Warm temperatures quickly going to melt snow and ice. So you're going to get some ice jamming on some of the local rivers and streams. Then throw on a little bit of rain on top of that. That doesn't help. Now, this does not look like a repeat of the rainfall we saw back in March of 2019. We're not talking 2 to 4 inches of rainfall. We're looking at more of that quarter, half inch of rain and maybe a little more in isolated spots. So yes, I do think there could be some isolated flooding, especially near riverbeds and streams, things like that with the ice jamming situation. But I don't think we'll see a repeat of 5 years ago. But again, still watch that if you do live near rivers and streams. Temperatures do come down at the end of the week and the upcoming weekend. They start to come back up next week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We could be back up near 50 by next Wednesday here. So look at the long-range models. Again, mild this week. The best weather's on Wednesday. It breaks down a little bit Thursday and beyond, where we cool back a little bit. We still have a mild air mass overhead, but the rain and the clouds are what's going to hold us down a bit. And then we start to warm back up a little bit Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. So we get that milder weather to return. Here's the GFS model. Again, mild the next 3 days with the best weather on Wednesday. The extra clouds and rain. It's a milder air mass still, and that's why we're seeing rain. But the rain and the clouds will hold us down a little bit at the end of the week and into the weekend. Then once that moves on out, it starts to kind of come back up a little bit, especially by the middle of next week. So not too bad. In fact, the long-range temperature profile, this is the Climate Prediction Center's outlook for next week, still keeps us a little bit above average. Average high is in the mid to upper 30s this time of the year. But it does also have extra moisture. Now, keep in mind, this is after the rain ends this weekend, so this is still hinting at maybe some more moisture later next week after Wednesday. As we're in a favorable weather pattern for it, wet weather in the southwest, and some of it kicks out into the plains. So maybe sometime closer to, say, the 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th of February, somewhere in there, we may see some chances of moisture return late in the forecast period. So there you go. There's your forecast for today and for the next several days to come. Enjoy it. My goodness, we have got some wonderful weather ahead, and I will see y'all again on tomorrow with more great news. Talk to y'all on Tuesday. Bye.